I can never get enough of the theme of New LA. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time, we managed to complete Chapter 6 all the way through, getting ourselves that weird mech that we found in the the forest of Noxtula. And this time, though, we're going to be doing some affinity missions, because I'm going to try to do 2 today. Hopefully we'll do more today, but it's going to take some time to get each one of them done. Now, we're going to be doing the easier one out of the way first, because admittedly, it's probably the easiest and more simple one to do first. You need to actually get these missions done in order to continue through the game, and I need to do affinity missions in order to get access to them. So let's go and see if we can do this one right now. I do not have the requirements. I need to get backup requests, but I already have backup requests, right? Right. Well, unfortunately, there are several missions that are called backup requests. The one I got was Boz, and the other one is, well, a different backup request. You can actually look for it if you go through here and check for it. It's not easy to find all of them, and you need to beat one of the backup requests in order to finish the other ones. Unfortunately, this is the case, and I don't like doing this, but I don't have much of a choice. So instead, we're gonna be doing Boz first, even though I don't want to, but what can you do about it? Sadly, though, there's a multitude of things you have to do before you ever try to get access to one thing in particular that's available after Chapter 6. Reason being is because I don't have all those missions completed and all the items needed in order to complete all of it at once. Backup request. You need to go to Noctilum. This is actually a very easy mission. Let's go.
Are you the one they paired me with? You have the look at least. But what about inside? Does your heart burn with a flame hot enough to forge a true blade?
Sure.
Yes. Your eyes tell 1,000 tales that no words can match. Finally, the fates have delivered to me a partner worthy of my trust. Forgive me. I am Bose Lowe's, proud member of the Harriers. I will be a partner on this job. But please, call me Sensei. Do you know this term? It's what some Eastern cultures used to call teachers and wise men back on Earth. Ah, a kindred spirit, I see. I used to travel in such places collecting antiquities, Buddha carvings and the like. Oh, and bonsai trees. Just looking at them is enough to soothe the most wounded of souls. Pray tell, what is it about the East that draws your... No, belay that. We start down this path. We'll be talking until dawn. Let us focus on the mission. A few days ago, a group of blades left the city to hunt some indigents. And they've not been heard from since. Our job is to track them down. If we also happen to take care of the indigents along the way, so much the better. Rest easy, my friend. Sensei will show you what it means to be a true Harrier. The day is young, and victory is in the air. We ride!
The Mad Monk. Search for the missing blades of Boz. Or Bose. Yeah. Let's get that one already away. Alright, bye. Okay. Okay, that was an interruption I didn't expect. But he is a Harrier, like I explained before. Well, rather, he's a Harrier, and he's known as a Parasite Eagle. Let's go and equip him. Unlike regular Harriers, he's a bit different in comparison. We're going to Noxtula, actually, for this one, so... You know the moment where you drink caffeine and suddenly, oh, you belch. Yep, that's pretty much me today. I don't know what it is with me today, but I've been weird lately. Then again, I think my sister caused something. Whatever, I don't really care that much. There's a lot of things we can do now that we have the ability to do so. I recommend going this way to get to there. However, it becomes apparent there's a lot of enemies. So, you're gonna have to run. A lot. Believe me when I say a lot. So let's go and try to slip past all of the enemies and try to get around here. Turbine Pass is where you need to get over to where Bose's, or Baze's rather. Yeah, his name pronunciation is weird to me. I don't know why either. I don't get it either. But the actual location we get to is actually in an area that's a little bit level difference-wise, and there's a lot in the level difference. I'll explain more when we get there, but the main thing is you need to go to Serpentine Pass in order to get to a dang pro placement site. And the placement site's actually decently close. Jose is a Harrier, and let's actually check him out because he's available to us. By the way, Gwen has a little bit too much mineral points, so let's go and upgrade some points into everyone else because, one, I need the break art, and two, Nail is going to be needed for this certain ones, and it's going to be a lot more useful. Anyway, Bose is a typical Harrier. However, he has a combination instead of Javelin and Sniper Rifle. It's usually the typical Parson and Eagles nonsense. It's not much of a difference. He does have his own unique arts, though, like any other ones that we all know of. So, unlike regular users, though, he's not exactly the most safe option. Don't get me wrong, any, carrier usually does a lot of damage and does everything else. By the way, we got a new one, Fortified Flesh, boosts max HP by a percentage amount. Can be useful if you decide to just choose a different HP. If you want to go HP build, this is the second skill you need for it, but besides that, it's not much. And with that out of the way, yeah, I was going on to a tangent and explaining something. We just need to go down this way. However, as you see, flowers. Yeah, I don't fall for it either. Morophiles exist for a reason. Those Morophiles are evil, pretty much. If you can slip past them, be my guess. It's not easy, though, because certain Morophiles are basically in the way. However, there is a treasure spot if you manage to slip past them. This is a skill wreckage, and as you know fully well, skill wreckages usually give a lot. And that's a decent amount, I guess, but not much that I want. There is the placement site nearby. This is poison water, by the way. Just keep in mind when you land. We're right near the cave that we need to enter in order to get to the mission, but I'd rather get to the item that we need to go to first before anything else. As you see, terrain like poison, I swear to God, will someone not close the phone when they're not finished talking? Why? Why forever? Whatever. Let's just get the dang pro placement out of the way of 209 and go on our merry way. We just need to get this one out of the way in order to get up there. Now, I will let you all know right now, this mission has a lot of enemies that are above your level. You're gonna hate this mission outright. I'll say this outright. This mission sucks. Ironically enough, you don't want the duplicator probe. Instead, you just want to get this probe out of the way and move it here so you get a 7 ring. And keep the 5 chain going. So, besides that, though, I need to get other revenue out of the way and production out of the way. Unfortunately, this is the case in point. Besides that, though, unfortunately, research probes are kind of the lower option unless you find them. So it does suck. But besides that, there's a mission later in the future that we're going to need to get a lot of probes for this. I will say this outright, though. You're not going to have an easy time getting those probes. Now, by going towards the cave, this is where the mission is located. Like I said before, be forewarned, there's a lot of enemies above your level, and it's going to suck. Not only that, poison water again and again and again. Yeah, not fun. Which was cesspool is, yes, a cesspool.
Not bad, newcomer. Your skills are matched only by your impressive guts. Huh? A Xeno?
You all are humans, right? Please help me, okay? I ran into trouble and hurt myself. My legs don't really work right now, you know? So if any creatures show up, I'm a goner.
That's a real shame. But I fear our own people must come before you. I'll not waste precious time on a Xeno.
What? Please wait, okay? Aren't Manon and humans friends?
Friends? Humans have no Xeno friends. Humans need no Xeno friends. Come, let us tarry with this degenerate beast no longer. Fine. But make it fast. And know that while I think this is folly, arguing would just waste more precious time.
Oh, really? Well, there should be some Lunaria flowers growing nearby, you know? Can you maybe bring me some? I should be able to use them with the healing device I built to get my legs working again. Please find me those Lunaria flowers, alright?
My choice is my choice, and frankly, I prefer helping anyone in need versus, you know, avoiding somebody who could get killed. Rather not. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Any luck? Did you find the Lunaria flowers?
Yes, we did. We have 8 of them.
Ooh, that's them. These should fix my legs up. I hope. Thank you so much. I'll never forget this, okay? And I promise to pay you back.
You can pay us back by slamming shut that gob of yours and getting out of here. We too must leave. Blades await us further in, and we've wasted more than enough time here.
To be fair though, Bose, I wasted no time. I had a lot of them out there. Now, here's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, I don't know why they said level 20 recommendation. Really much of a lie, isn't it? So, there are a lot of level 40 enemies and poison water. Do not go where the items are located, by the way. Those are all lies. Not only that, but there are hiding enemies in this area, and it sucks. Level 40 enemies are pretty much outside your level range, and you're not going to be able to kill them ever. So you're basically going to be running into enemies that are outside your level class, despite the fact the game shouldn't let you do this. Yeah, I don't know either. It's one reason I don't like X all that much, because forcing you into a battle with an enemy that's above your level class will kill you if you look at it funny. It's not fun. It really isn't. And it's not exactly one of the things I like dealing with. Of course, like I said before, there are enemies hiding. And it's true around here. There are enemies sleeping. Do not fall for it and try to keep as far distance as possible. Do not nuzzle them. Do not get too close, because they will get triggered and immediately attack you. And unlike regular enemies, since this game does not have a cutscene for this fight coming up, I will die if I get too close. Yeah, not fun. So I'm going to have to avoid things like the plague. Because there's not many ways to get up there, I actually have to go in a way that's really awkward. Because unfortunately, this is usually how it goes for me, and I kind of don't like this area as much as possible. Don't get me wrong, later on, you can easily get past this area, and I would recommend it later on to do this mission, but I'm doing it now because it's easier for me. I can just jump on a rock. Thank you, game. Okay. Finally managed to get on that rock. Sheesh. Annoying rocks. Oh, okay. I remember doing this a lot of times, and it's not fun. First trip I came here, I kept getting attacked, getting killed as a result, and it's not the most fun thing in the world when I first played the game. This happened in the original game as well, so yeah, not fun for me. No fun whatsoever. Yeah. And, okay, let's see if we can avoid everything we possibly can. Caramba. Just need to make a running jump. Okay. I'm good. Okay. See if we can avoid everything as possible. Some enemies don't spawn in until you're, like, nearly on them. It sucks. There is an enemy hiding right over there. Try to avoid it by hugging the corner over here at least. It won't aggro to you if you hug the corners a little bit. And now we're out of range. Thank goodness. We're right next to where we need to be. Okay. We're at least out of range. There's a skull wreckage here, which probably was happened here, but we might as well get the skull wreckage out of the way first. There's our expert, a lot of credits, a lot of money, and his body wasn't ready. Yeah, true. I couldn't resist.
Wait, don't eat me. I taste terrible. Oh, please let this all be some kind of bad dream. Huh? Did you come here to save me?
You're gonna be okay.
Oh, thank you. Those things ate everyone else, and I was sure I was next.
So you ran off in a blind panic? What happened to centering yourself, Reggie?
Sensei, what are you doing here? You were off on a mission.
You think some patrol job is more important than coming to my students' rescue? I secured powerful backup and came running. Now get a grip, son.
Right. Thank you, sir.
You're in for a hell of a dressing down later. For now, let's finish this.
They weren't far behind me. Please, just kill them so we can all go back to New LA alive.
Leave it to us. We'll show these monsters what true warriors can do.
So the cutscene might save you, but the problem is, the fact is, unfortunately, because of how the game works, I can't avoid the cutscene. Now, unlike regular battles, these are time battles where they basically will force you to battle enemies that are at a rapid pace and it vanishes eventually. Because of this, you're gonna have to fight a lot of enemies at once, and it's not fun. That's pretty much the main thing I will say outright about this fighting that I do not care for. Lantas are obnoxious by nature, and I don't like them. However, this is the easiest opportunity to get Tornado Blade Maximum and get the amount needed for Overdrive. And I obliterated everything around me. Despite the fact they made me appear, yeah, the timer goes down still. Yeah. Once you run out of enemies, the game forces it to go into another round, and it's not fun. Because of this, there's gonna be a lot of enemy fighting. And boom. Very good. That's a lot of damage already, and I'm already doing a lot of hits. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, I don't have any healing art, so unfortunately, unlike other arts and other movements in the game, I need to get more points. Come on. 1,000. There we go. I prefer having offensive stance Tornado Blade combos because that way I can actually just keep going with this. It's something I usually do, and ironically enough, it's one of the best strategies I have when it comes to this game because once you have a lot of mobs around you, it makes things a lot harder when you think about it. And this one, there we go. All right, speaking, good. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna finish these guys off with Tornado Blade. And then boom. And then boom. Yep. As you see, there's a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies will keep going down. It's not fun. So, yeah, there's that. As you see, I've made the count go stupid to max. Yeah, that's silly. Oh, great. No healing allowed. Yeah, no healing allowed in this game. Alright, I'm gonna need personal patch right now because I need it. I don't care if it was scummy for me to use a personal patch, but these guys are obnoxious by nature and I'd rather not. Now, these four foxes are gonna be the main enemy you're gonna be dealing with for a little bit in these fighting. Yeah, Boz has a lot of enemy fighting, and usually he's the guy that does a lot of damage with his overdrive. It's pretty much the main thing he is known for. There we go, very good. I'm gonna do a dive. Very good. I'm gonna do Tornado Blade again. Boom. You'll get a humongous combo count if you manage to keep doing these right. Sadly though, I don't have maximum amount I need right now, so I'm kind of stuck. There we go. 4-box slasher. I was hoping in vain, but whatever. Once you get the combo going though, it becomes really stupid to just keep wailing on them. Very good. Okay, Tornado Blade. And offensive stance, keep the timer going. If you manage to get the timer maxed out, or at least make the chain go out maxed. All right, there we go. You can actually do it again and actually keep this going. Yeah, reaching a max combo count pretty much means that you can do this repeatedly. It's stupid, it's insane, and I love Overdrive for that matter, but it has its own fatal flaws. The timer will continue going, but unless the fight's going to mean that's going to be going forever, it's not going to happen. So, there we go. We dealt with all the enemies again. And nope, I'm not done yet. Nail died, and then now she revives again at 1 HP. Yeah, unfortunately the game has a habit of doing this, so let's just do that. And then do Tornado Blade. And then dodge. And then do Tornado Blade, because I can reset my cooldown. Very good, and then I can do this move, and boom. Very good. And then power dive again. And then do a... Well, that's it. Well, that's it for everything around here. I have nothing else left. Reggie, your body was definitely not ready for all that nonsense.
Why do you still cower over there, son? It's finished.
Sensei, I'm sorry. I couldn't put any of what you taught me into practice. You always said never to betray my team. But I ran. I left them to die. It's over. I'm leaving Blade. I never should have joined in the first place. A coward like me will never be the sort of warrior you taught us about.
It's a fine thing to reflect on our weaknesses from time to time. Wouldn't you agree?
He may regret quitting for the rest of his days.
That's kind of you. But that sort of kindness usually winds up hurting people. If a guy like me keeps trying, it will only put more people in danger.
I see. Gods! You turn your comrades' deaths into an excuse to flee. Grow up and face the truth, son. You're just afraid because some monster nearly ate you alive. But look past that. Think on the future. Do we whimper and die, or do we find the life hold and reclaim what we have lost?
Sensei?
You're better than this. Now stand still so I can knock some guts into you. You can carry this weight, son.
We better let them do their job.
Now answer me. Are you the sort of man to end it like a dog? Well, are you?
How many years has it been since I was a student at the academy? And yet you came all this way for me. I'm undeserving. And yet you treat me like your own family. You're an inspiration, Sensei. When you put it like that, you know I can't run away.
Damn right you can't. Now get your butt back to New LA. Train like you've never trained before. And show the Harriers what you're made of.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sorry to make you see that. Still, he's got a heart like a gong, that one. Strike it firm, and it rings true.
I'm going to admire.
So you wish to learn, do you? I have a soft spot for your kind. Well, no sense lingering here now that the job's done. Let's get moving.
Hold on, please.
Who's there?
It's me, the Manon you saved. Remember?
Ah, the Xenome. I see your legs are once again in working order.
All thanks to you, right? Which is why I brought you this.
What is it? Some kind of transmitter?
A very powerful one, yes? One click, and any spatial distortions in the area are fixed, you see?
Sounds bizarre. I have no need for such trinkets. All a blade needs is a well-honed heart and a body to house it. We humans.
Can you please just take it? Maybe call it a good luck charm or something? Right then. I'll just be going, okay?
I do not understand those Manon at all. Come. Eleonora will be waiting for our report. Stay sharp on the road home. Danger always comes just when you start to relax.
Back to NLA we go. Not exactly hard to understand. So, there is a little bit more I want to do before we end this off after we're done with Mad Monk. Believe you and me, we have a lot of ground to cover, and blatantly speaking, I think I'm going to do a normal mission afterwards, because I kind of have to. Eleonora, where are you? There you are. Yes, she's invisible. She's learned how to be a
Welcome
ninja.
back. How was the mission?
Not half bad, thanks to the fine partner you scouted for me. With his help, we got Reggie home safe and sound.
Am I hearing things? Every other recruit I paired you with has come home in tears. They usually get a little overwhelmed from all the lectures.
I'm not like other blades.
I see potential in this one. That said, there's still much work to do. If we'd met at the academy, I could have trained you from the ground up. What a shame. But perhaps it's not too late. Why don't we keep working together? I can help make you one of the true Blade elites. Well, what say you?
Sure.
Your answer pleases me. In truth, I'd have taught you anyway. This just saves me the trouble. Now, let us start again as master and pupil. I am Bose Lowe's. People call me the Harrier Hammer. My fists pound any deviation straight.
The Mad Monk is complete. You complete the mission of Bose and help both the Xenoform and Bose's former academy student. Go to the Blade Tower for next Infinity mission. Meanwhile, he has his own unique arcs, Vortex and Slayonet. His standard Parasite and Eagle strategy, though, so not exactly too different from the regular one. So you're not gonna really see too much difference. He is still a Harrier, though. So if you want to know what those arts do, I'm gonna at least show what they do. Outright speaking, Vortex allows him to do inflict stun during a melee combo, which actually is very useful, and it's pretty much one of the main things. The other one, Slayonet, is a similar art for melee combos as well. Basically, what you have to do is actually pretty simple. Vortex, and then Slayonet right after boosts the damage. And then you can go with any other arts like Spiral Horn or Electric Horn, and then Angry Horn. Pretty much goes in hand to hand. But besides that, he's not that different from regular units. He was in the original game, and not much has really changed. Now, there are a lot of normal missions I have not completed. And blatantly speaking, you're going to have to complete some normal missions in order to get access to other missions. So instead, I think I'm going to go and I'm not kidding. He's not going to be available for another mission for a while, so we're not going to worry about Bose for a while. Besides that, we need to do another mission, but it's not exactly going to be a very difficult mission, I'll say this outright. We're going to be doing City Saviors because it's literally right next door, and I honestly want to do this one now rather than later. So, besides that, yeah, pretty much. Carl. So we got orders to go check out this cave or whatever up north, but I'm thinking, hey, can we not? You're a Blade, right? You know what it's like. You've been saddled with annoying missions lately. I can understand that. Huh, sounds like you and me have a lot in common. At least now we both have a friend to vent with. Speaking of get a load of this. This cave, right? We're supposed to look at a little nest of nasty monsters because, of course, you're like, it can be dangerous to leave them alive, which is a big ass mascot for go kill them all, grunt, which is just ugh. Man, I just don't get it. Why is Trevor keep dumping me with awful jobs? Maybe if I wait long enough, some lone combatant will stumble across the cave and go all commando. Take care of it for me. Wait, I saw it. Like that was totally a look. You want this job, don't you? Yeah. Well. Seriously, you really want to go? Holy smokes, I can't believe that worked. I should have tried it ages ago. Okay then, first you got to check out the cave, you know. Leave through the west gate, and it's a little bit north. Yeah, not exactly a hard, basic normal mission. Ironically enough, it's pretty close by. But besides that, the cave itself is full of indigents. So there is another normal mission around the area after you complete another normal mission, but besides that, yeah, I don't get it either. The cave itself is, unironically enough, pretty easy. Nothing really is gonna really throw you off left when it comes to this normal mission, and leave you and me, never will, never ever will. There is a basic mission, ironically enough, I have to complete. And ironically enough, I'm gonna do basic missions off screen because they take up space, and I'd rather not, so let's go over here to the cave. So we're already at the cave where we need to be. Call the field team. Come in, field team. Yo, how's it goes? You find no species yet? What, there's a bunch of young ones in the cave? Well, damn, I don't want anyone to tell us we gotta go blast piglets, even their monster piglets. So I guess it's this intercept your way, right? Secure mankind's safety no matter the target. There's a moral conundrum there, but you're the one who has to live with it, and I'm gonna leave it up to you. Over and out. Short term, you don't want to kill them. Long term, though, you want to kill them. So, unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to kill these small suits because, first of all, don't let your morals get in the way of this one. It's because of the fact that they will become a bigger problem later in the future. Yeah, they're not tameable, so don't even bother. Offensive stance and just take care of these little suits. Yeah, later on, no matter what the mission requirement is, I usually pick the one that's the nicer option, but personally honest, I don't care that much anymore because I usually don't. Boom. There we go. All the suits are dead. Big suit. Yep, the mom's here. Pretty much the mom is upset with the fact that we killed the children. Boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then boom, boom, boom. Pretty much not exactly that different from any regular mission you've seen. Leaving them alive would basically mean that the suits would be attacking more rapidly, and they really do suck. I recommend doing the option that actually kills them because long term, it's actually better. So, yeah. Last time I did this one, ironically enough, I did actually let them alive, and unfortunately, it ends up being kind of bad in the long run. Don't get me wrong, because we got rid of both the parent and the children, there is no more suits in that area, and we won't have to worry about a suit epidemic. So, let's see where he is. He's right here. Hey, welcome back. How did that native animal slaughter thing go? How was that again? You killed the biglets and the mama came out and you killed her too? Killing a parent to protect his children is just, damn, that's heavy stuff, brother. I mean, it was just one big happy family until we showed up. Probably had a holiday dinner together and everything. Pictures hanging in the living room. But when we come along and essentially murder that entire family for our convenience, how messed up is that? It's pretty messed up. What a bummer. I'm so bummed right now. Still, I was one to send you out there, so I'm gonna pay you. Yeah, no matter what the mission end results, it usually ends up being in the favor. Whole thing leaves a bad taste in my blarg. Trust me, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth as well, but I don't have much of a choice. Ironically enough, usually if you don't complete the mission, a second mission will show up here that has a downside. Basically, it adds another mission where you instead don't kill the piglets, but they actually grow into a big piglet and can kill the guy you saved. Yeah, that's not fun either. Pretty much, it's whatever case in point. You really don't win anywhere. So besides that though, that mission is done, and I think I can do one more normal mission before I decide to end this off. I think I want to do... what was it? You know what? Probe. I'm gonna do probing. Because some probe missions for Christy tend to always give me some research probes, and I need them for what's coming up next, and I would like to have the research probes done before then. Usually I try to get everything done in one hand and one sequence versus having to go backtrack and everything. So, Christy, here you are. Correct, perfect. I just got the job for you. The last stretch of fighting has been intense. Our scout fleet is pretty beat up, as in is a lot of our equipment. We need to perform some long-scale maintenance. We're out of arthurite, a relatively common resource of repairs. Neither is dangerous enough for your gear working, but when it's not, forget it. Agree. And you've been through enough tight scraps to know how terrifying it is with working gear. We got Pathfinders progress out gathering as we speak, but the more their equipment fails, the more casualties are mourning. I'd like you to go mine arthurite we need for our maintenance. I also gather 8 HO9s ion thrusters that can be found in Noxlum. If you also recover a data unit that fell there while you're at it, it'd be a huge help. Now, this mission is, what was what I'm looking for? Risky business. One of the units, ironically enough, that unit that it's talking about, oh boy, how do I explain this? It's mighty appreciated. Every faith you'll find everything, so I'll whip up a maintenance schedule while you're out. So access your comm device and you're gonna have it. Yeah. So this mission is a awkward one. What it requires you to do is awkward at best and at the same time horrifying at the same time. So, in order to get to this one out of the way, let's go to 204 because it's closest, and it will mean that I can get there quickly. Usually I do it like this, so it's more convenient, and normally I wouldn't make these missions long, but I need to get these things long anyway. So, besides that, though, there is something up here, which, ironically enough, is, well, ironically very easy to get to. There is some items around here, and there's actually enemies up here, but those enemies are annoying, but besides that point, I think I can just slip past them easily over here. There we go. 809. I think I have more. Or? Yeah, near those stinking is Bilious. Biliouses are... What's what I'm looking for? Oh, yeah. They're kind of worrisome enemies when you first encounter them, and they generally are not exactly the most fun thing. If you want to know where the file is located, we'll worry about that last. Instead, we'll worry about the main things we need to worry about. The Arthurite are basically found only in certain locations, and I'd rather not worry about it. So, it's unironically enough very simple to get to. So, let's just go this way and just get the last one we need. Arthurite is normally grabbed from Frontier Nav, so we have no choice but to wait on Meridium again. Believe me, it does suck, but we only have like a few of them and we need more. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing I don't like about this game. It makes me wait for something, and I cannot do anything about it besides wait 30 minutes every single time. The timer goes by 30 minutes for the Meridium items, and as well as any probing, and then after that, I have to wait even longer. Believe me, it does suck, but I don't have much of a choice in the matter. Usually, I will do something on hand and just get things done. I'll probably do basic missions while I'm waiting for the thing to pre-probe again. As long as I stay out of the menu, the timer should go down a lot faster for me. So, the last item in question is, unironically enough, very easy to find. The file that's actually located is actually on our level, but at the same time, yeah, it's pretty easy. 3 is not hard, but it's time-consuming and tedious. But the last thing we need to worry about is, of course, that Blasted Arthurite, which is only on Frontier Nav, and there's no way to make it go faster. They're like the white commodities. That headache, yes. Pretty much, I have to wait. So I'm gonna spend the time getting a pro placement site that I know is around the area, and we can just go on a merry way. So let's go to 211 and get the placement sites nearby. There's not going to be anything left to do in Noctilum, so everything in Noctilum left to do is mostly just like affinity missions if they're available, quest missions, and no story left in Noctilum. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You're basically free to do whatever you want in Noctilum now. You really don't have to do anything here. But besides that, though, there's a lot of items I forgot down here anyway, so we might as well grab them when we can. There is some of these items, and you want to get these insect nests out of the way because, of course, experience, battle points, etc. And then there's that. Okay, where is it? Yep. Every single time this works. Every single time. Every single time. I can never stop being freaking out by these things. So, you're probably wondering where the heck that thing is. Ironically enough, it's not there. So, yeah, kind of sucky. I think I'm going to make things easier for me and just go to 202 first because I'd rather get everything out of the way and wait some time. Just to do so. I'll then afterwards go to do some basic missions because there's nothing else I can do, and it's not anything I can do. We have a new ability, which is the ability to check any sort of alien archaeology, but I can't do anything with it because there's only a few areas that come to mind, and that's back all the way where we first found Tatsu, so that's one of the obvious ones. Upper Hush Flood, yeah, you have to check out every area. Getting more area actually increases the value of any sort of research probe that you have in the area, so if you do get them, be my guest. It makes things a lot easier. There is treasure over here as well that if you manage to slip past the enemies, you can reach it. So, Nitrous Tree is another landmark. Level up 25. Ironically enough, it's actually pretty good for me because you want to be at a decent level to get things done, but not too high level to be outclassing everything. I have a highly rigged recommendation for everyone. If you manage to stay all the way to the part of the video, because I don't know if everyone stays at the end of the video. Try to get to level 30 as fast as possible. It makes your life so much easier. The reason being is something later is going to come up, and if you're at level 30, great. Then you're basically fine. If you're not, get any experience you possibly can get to level 30 quickly as possible. Because then you're wasting time just trying to grind up the levels, and it's never fun to grind up levels. Besides that, though, I see an item and treasure in question, and I really... So, yeah, very easy. However, I think I've been here before, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, I have been here before. So, there is actually a probe around this area segment. However, you see, not easily found. Right. You might be wondering where the heck it is. Well, it's right over there. So, yeah, pretty decent to find. It makes another link. It makes actually a very big link once you get this one out of the way. There we go. Very simple and to the point. You want to get as many pros as you possibly can get, as you know before, because this actually gets a link going. The next link's going to be right over here, but it's going to be impossible to get to right now, so don't bother. The next link you want to get to, though, is, ironically enough, right here. 215 is actually the next one you want to get to. Now, 215 is not easy to get to. I'll throw this out there. 215 is not easy to get to. How are you going to get there, you may ask? Well, I'll be perfectly honest with all of you. My memory on trying to get to 215 easily has never been the easiest to me, and it's frankly something I can't help. Trust me on this, I usually have no problems with it, but I'm trying to waste time just so that way I can get the item in question, because wasting time is what I have to do right now because I have no choice. You want to head south, and then you want to head a little bit around an area. Okay, can I jump now? Thank you. I just need to head south, and then we need to head a little bit east or west. Go the way we need to get to. But no cave, so don't bother. So we just need to climb up the tree branches, if off memory. Tree logs are pretty much the main thing you want to climb up to. However, there is always caveats to these tree logs. There are usually sometimes enemies around the area, and they never are fun and not easy. This log is not what you need. The Great Nail. Yeah, Nail is in our party. Da, 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 da. So, yeah, ironically enough. So, you want to get over here. I'm on this tree, right? And then immediately climb up quickly as possible. There is a pro placement site up top there, and ironically enough, it's not that difficult to get to. I've done it before, back when I was underleveled, and even more underleveled than you may think, but it's actually pretty simple when you get to. So, getting up to the top of this isn't exactly a difficult part. So, yeah. Not exactly much to talk about when it comes to Noctilum. Noctilum is the area that has that tyrant that you saw in the last episode where... Oh boy, big boy. Bukini Pass is where you need to go to. Now, there are caveats here, as you see before you. 47. Thankfully, though, for my sanity, you can actually just skip past them. However, there are some level enemies that will attack you if you're not careful. There's a 40 running around the area, so yeah, just keep in mind, because that tyrant will attack you if you get too close. These guys are Pike Istadas. They're not exactly threatening. You can kill them easily. If you really want to, I'd say just kill them, because they will be decent experience for later, but besides that, though, can't really say much. There we go. Wow, we got actually advanced Vivid Boots, and these are actually decent items nonetheless. I'm gonna need these. Now then, we can finally head to where we need to go for the placement site, and I'm trying to just waste some time, because unfortunately, I'm stuck wasting time for this blasted mission. Why is it always Arthurite that is always the last thing I need? It's where it's like the right commodities all over again. Reminds me of how many missions I despise in this game sometimes. Succeeded, very good. That has more pro placement sites, and it's also a link for 2 of them. However, the last link we need is gonna be a walk, if you catch my drift. It's a very big walk. Now, that pathway over there actually does have a placement site, but there's a catch with this. It's not easy to go through. And later on, there's going to be a mission later that you're going to have to do here in a future part of the game, but I will say outright, these Morphiles aren't exactly the most friendly thing in the world I want to deal with. They're above your level decently. They're not impossible to defeat anyway, because as you know fully well, your level is around my level, then you're pretty much fine. But besides that, though, I usually
But I'm tough.
Scorpio, you really like giving me a heart attack every single time in the day. Don't you smell bad. I swear, that just threw me off guard every single time. I hate it when they do that. I hate these things. Let's just... Please die. Please die. Please die, Scorpio. No one cares. There we go. Class rank up for Bose. That's actually decently worth it because that's actually TP gain up. And I get Art CB as well. However, now I gotta look because apparently I'm gonna get attacked by a Scorpio every single time I walk up here. Let me guess. Another one? Reaping Whitewood. This is where a placement site is located. There's a giant Scorpio around the area that appears rarely in the map, so keep in mind, Scorpios are annoying by nature, and that's never good. There's probably Morphiles around the area as well. Besides that, though, there is a treasure up here that I recommend grabbing. Just climb up everything. Scorpios are usually hiding above the ceiling, which I don't like. Lily. Okay, that's good for me. However, you can't really see them because they usually pop up around there. Experience credits, that's decently worth it, I guess. Decent credits, decent experience, but not what I really wanted. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting on that Arthurite, which is sucky. Ugh. Arthurite's always my least favorite thing to deal with from waiting on. Not really my favorite thing to deal with. I think you can jump down here and actually just, you know, going your merry way. However, I think there's a bad thing down here. Yep. That's what I was worried about. Level 50 enemies. You can come down here and you can slip past them, but as you know fully well, the Scorpios hide up tree trunks and they usually do this to hide. Because of that, I'm highly recommended if you're going this way, be careful. These flowers aren't enemies, at least, so there's that. Scorpios are numerous on this map, and this area does have a dang tyrant around the area. But besides that point, I can't say there's anything much about this area. I think there's a landmark around the area if you really look around for it. Not easy to find it, though. Since there's no landmark, I can't really do anything with it. There is a placement site later in the future, but I can't really say much about it. So I'm going to spend my time doing some basic missions and then just wait until we get to the next one done, just because it's going to take some time. So I'll be right back once we get the Arthurite needed for the minute. Yes, you can climb trees in this game. Not hard to do so. Some of them actually do have items on them, but others do not. Sea-boing coil tree is home to a lot of things. Others, not so much. You can get back to the main path by just going right here, but you really don't want to, so, there is an item around here that I want to grab, but it's a little bit awkward for me. We just have to head down to the bottom again. Yeah, usually I just cut in and out when I have to, but this is an area I've never been to before for everyone, so yeah, let's just climb down the street. There usually is some items, but there's probably also some enemies that are a bit strong, but I can avoid them. If I die, I die. It's not like dying kills me permanently. Pretty much. I think I can actually get up to the bottom of this. And then we can just go through down here, and I'm still not in the bottom yet. Normally I would have jumped down, but I'd rather not risk myself getting killed if I fall to the bottom and see a powerful enemy. Usually that happens to me, and it usually ends well. So, yep, there's sound-based enemies. These guys are familiar for those who played the game. They're not exactly too different. So, besides that, I think there is, yes. There is other ways to get out of that tree. Some are safer than others. So, yeah. Not exactly easy. These guys are just similar enemies we've seen before. Not anything too different. You've seen all of them before. You've seen them once. You've seen them all 1,000 times. So let's just kill some of them, and then we can get our merry way. Coiled Tree Cape is an area that has been unexplored yet, and ironically enough, is an actually easy area. The other fight didn't take long, and there's not many enemies here that will actually be threatening to you. Usually down here is usually a safe path if you're going to knock them the first time, if you want to be under-leveled. But besides that, though, you basically gotta slip past a lot of these enemies, just avoid them as much as possible, and then you're good to go up to Noxalon. It's just a straight shot up. However, there are always caveats. One of them is nearby. There's high-level enemies sometimes around the area, and I usually avoid them as much as possible. There we go. Reclaiming the whales now done. I can finally get some more experience and money. Usually a lot of this cosmetic gear, I usually just throw on my characters if I feel like it. There is a cosmetic gear I know fully well that I want to equip to my character because A, it's funny, and B, I like it too much. It depends on what cosmetic gear that you like personally. Honestly, it depends on the situation. I usually don't wear cosmetic gear unless I have to. White whale debris, which is actually what I wanted to go over here for. Mining probe G1. Ugh, another one. You gotta find a lot more probing and a lot more good probes, and I can't find them for beads.
Thanks.
Heroes together will be broken down skulls back to their feet and ensure our blades gears will be working in proper condition. And I'll see the analysis of the data unit to recover. It starts right away. Alright, what do you expect to find? This is about information from our special project I was on. Afraid I can't say more than that. Well, maybe I can say a little. The data unit represents the bonds I share with some of my dearest colleagues. Now then, just for you, you'll find it more than covers you for your troubles. There we go. First resources mined from the soils of Mirror can turn into a wide variety of items that will help them keep your LA safe. We continue to use Frontier now to dig all the sorts of materials. And your metals and materials. Whereas harsh land is full of hostile, terrible things. Other sport people like you, even our best fighters can't do that for long. That done. That was a mission that you needed to do for a normal recon mission. Yes, indeed. And affinity up for a lot of characters right now, so pretty good to get that out of the way right now. Now, I think we're going to stop here for now. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, we will be doing a mission that we accepted we finally can start doing. See you all next time.